So, as you may have known, the transport evolved Chevy Volt failed on us yesterday. Something to do with the battery. Battery ran flat or something, and so we got stranded. And thanks to the police, they helped me back to the house, and we had a tow truck come and pick it up. But frankly, the fact that I drove 2,000 miles in it in 4 days, just obviously the car can't take it, so I've exchanged it for something else. Power! Oh my goodness, this is terrible. Okay, everyone, so we are currently, this is the courtesy truck that Chevrolet has given me while at the Chevrolet garage. This is while I
tell them what the options were for you.
The options were a Silverado, which is what this is, or a Silverado, which is what this is, or one of their big SUVs. I can't remember. It's a Tahoe.
So what flavor of gas guzzler would you like?
Yeah, gas guzzler 1, gas guzzler 2, or gas guzzler 3. Right, so I've been apart from that, me trying to floor it just then, I've driven 8.1 miles today, and I'm averaging... This is embarrassing. There's a Tesla Model 3. I really want that Tesla right now.
There it goes.
I really want that Tesla. We're currently averaging 16.5 miles per gallon.
Ooh, icky.
And I'm in two-wheel drive, right? So I've turned off the four-wheel drive. But, I mean, let's discuss something really important here about this all, which is that I can see why a lot of American consumers go for a pickup truck, because these pickup trucks are so huge.
Here, let's take a nice little, let's look at the dash and everything. This thing is so tall. This thing is so tall.
What did I say earlier on? It's nipple height.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm 5'8".
This is so big. Everything is just so big.
I'm 5'8". I'm bigger than that Silverado there. So that's an older Silverado, and I'm bigger than it right now. So it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. I'm 5'8", and I know I'm getting old. I'm 40 in a couple of months, and my nipples are lower than the hood. I know that it's TMI, I know, but that's how I know that this is ridiculously oversized for a courtesy car. Now, I understand, some of Chevy's customers probably do have pickup trucks that they use for work. But it doesn't mean that all of their courtesy vehicles need to be a massive pickup.
I'm surprised they don't have, like, a commuter car option.
They did have some smaller cars, but they were all out.
Okay. Sorry about that. I'm really close to the camera. Talk a little louder, Nikki. I'll be quiet.
We are, they did have some larger, some smaller vehicles not available. They have some smaller vehicles on the fleet, but I'm kind of pulsing and gliding right now, and I'm trying really hard. I'm averaging 17.8 miles per gallon now, climbing a hill, trying really hard not to burn fossils. But no, I can come back to the comment I made about how I can see that people like driving these, why people drive these. Because pickup truck manufacturers shove every silly little thing into the truck. They try and make it as convenient as possible. So you've got your cigarette lighter socket, right? You've got USB-A, you've got USB-C, you've got 120 volt outlets. In here, there are 2 more USB connections and another cigarette lighter, and then back here for the rear seat passengers, there's another cigarette lighter and more USB cables. Like, how many USB cables do you need? That's excessive.
Nikki, what does the large button do?
This one. This is a really important button. This lowers all of the windows. I mean, how easy is it for me just to reach over here and hit all 4 buttons at the same time?
It's too hard.
There's a button for it, which is crazy. The other thing that I mean, okay, I'm in 2-wheel drive, it's 4-wheel drive. I get that it's an off-roader. I get that it's designed for off-road capabilities. But honestly, most people using these trucks are not using them for anything like what they're designed to do. And this is our big challenge. You know, if we want to get everyone switched to cleaner, greener, safer and smarter vehicles, we need to get rid of people driving these as just a commuter vehicle. It needs to be socially unacceptable to drive one of these as your daily driver, unless, like this guy here,
there we go,
has a legitimate reason to have a big old pickup truck.
That's a good reason.
In fact, the Ram 1500 press release or press materials shows someone towing a boat like that. In fact, a larger boat. But for me right now, I mean, maybe going to your DIY store, okay, I can understand that if you want to do DIY on a regular basis, maybe that would be a thing to do. And you know, my spouse is into woodworking. That's one of her hobbies, and she likes to woodwork. But we've been able to get wood to and from the DIY store, wood home from the DIY store, in our Nissan Leaf and our Chevy Volt, and we put roof racks on if we need to, and we've got a tow hitch on the Bolt, which, or we've got a tow hitch that we're going to put on the Bolt. We haven't put it on yet for towing stuff. But having a big old pickup like this, just to, you know, tote the kids around, is kind of crazy.
I think you have about as much space in here as, maybe not quite, but it feels almost like minivan-like.
Yeah.
The inside of the cabin.
And the interesting thing here to note is in the United States, this is a crew cab, right, or a double cab.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, stop! Will you stop? No regenerative braking! Oh my God! Nearly had a heart attack.
Oh jeez.
One of the things that you see with these is these double cab pickups are now the standard. There's one there. It's a Tacoma. They are very, 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 very few two-person cab trucks. Occasionally you'll see the crew cabs where there's kind of like a cab and a bit, but
honestly,
this is the norm.
Honestly, most of the ones that I've seen are like either imports or they're older.
Right.
The two-person cabs.
And I don't have a problem, you know, if my wife turned around and said to me, let's get an old gasoline-powered Ford Ranger pickup, like the two-wheel drive version, just so I can get wood to and from the wood yard, I would not have a problem with that. I'd want to convert it to electric eventually, but I wouldn't have a problem with it. And that's the four-wheel drive version of that over there, that Ford Ranger at that stoplight behind the Geico car. That's the kind of pickup I'm talking about.
Where are you talking
The
about?
little white pickup right here.
Oh, okay, there we go.
I mean, it's a fairly simple, normal pickup truck. And just to give you an idea,
Here we're gonna drive right by it.
there we go. That's the four-wheel drive version. You can get a two-wheel drive, or you used to be able to get a two-wheel drive version of that. We're going past B&Q just because I called it B&Q, but that's what we call it. It's B&Q. It's not Home Depot. It's B&Q. If
Okay.
you're British, you're watching this and you're going, that does look like B&Q. Home Depot and B&Q, I'm sure they're the same company. They use the same colouring, the same fonts. So yeah. But I mean, for people to drive around town in something like this is ridiculous. I'm doing 18.4 miles to the gallon now, and I'm trying really hard to be as efficient as possible.
I mean, you already bumped it up from where it was.
Yeah.
You can kind of see it right there.
Now, I don't know if anyone has any comments or questions they'd like to make, but it feels, I mean, when I say we need to make this socially unacceptable, I get that, yes, we're in America, and people want to have a choice as to which vehicles they want to drive, and that's, you know, good on you.
It's capitalism.
Choice is great.
There's choice.
Choice is great. But at the same point, you know, if I'm driving to and from work every day and I'm doing 20 miles to get to and from work, I'm burning a gallon of fuel a day just to get to and from work.
Marco says, in Italy, you can only have a pickup if you have a company or farm, but you need to work.
See? That's a smart thing. That is a smart thing. Well done, Italy. I mean, maybe it explains why there's few Fiat pickups. But then we are living in a country where they're stopping sales of the Fiat 500, which is a small car that I've loved for years. And I would love to see the Fiat 500 actually sold over here. I mean, they're not even going to make the electric version as far as I can tell right now, and that's really sad. I turned the wipers on instead of, how did that happen? There's only one lever. I mean, you know, and in terms of seeing over the front of the bonnet, right, I'm at the stop. I can't see the stop sign anymore. For me to get to the stop sign, I have to go right up to there. So it's crazy. It really is. Monster huge. Ugh, everything is slow. Now, electric pickups, same thing. I would love an electric pickup, but does everyone really need an electric pickup? Well, the answer is probably not. And maybe the answer is to have car clubs where people have electric pickups that they can borrow when they need to. I'm sure someone watching this, excuse me, is going to scream, socialist! Because that's what normally happens when I suggest things like community groups and things. But
There's already rental companies and things that'll let you do that, like either charge by the hour or something like that. I'm trying to remember what it's definitely one in Portland, I know, and they'll park them at small parking lots, and you
Right.
can come and pick up the key. Yeah, Turo, I know, I've seen them.
but
Anyway.
the other crazy thing about this, and I'm going off on a rant here, is that in America, as a small business owner, it would actually be really cost effective for me to own one of these.
Mm-hmm.
Because I could buy one, I could write it off as a commercial vehicle, I use it for my business.
Mm-hmm.
The tax write-offs for owning a pickup are humongous.
Are they?
Larger, I think, than they are now for, say, my Chevrolet Volt, because the Chevrolet Volt incentives have dropped off.
So I do have to ask, why?
Because this is a commercial vehicle.
Mm.
And the other thing is, because of its size, this doesn't have to meet corporate average fuel economy targets, and a lot of people don't realise that, which is crazy.
So buying something like this is basically...
It's a giant FU.
Yeah.
It really is.
I was gonna say it's encouraged almost.
It is encouraged right now. I mean, it's been around, it's been like that for a really long time, but you sort of think, well, we are literally driving to lunch, right? So I'm taking Erin out for lunch because she has been working on a project that's just finished, and this is kind of like a celebration for us. And we've left the server reinstalling its software. Don't even get me started on the server, we're still having issues with it. We're going to both reinstall the operating systems on our work machines later on today.
Someone in the chat did say that it's a good sign that there are no small cars left, because that means at least that is more appealing in the consumer's eye compared to something like this.
What do you mean there are no small cars left?
There-
Oh, electric.
Yeah, no small cars at the dealership where you're getting the Bolt.
That is a very good point.
Yeah.
That is a very good point. And I can't remember if I've... Whoa!
Hello.
Hello. I hate the way that this takes a long time to pick up. It's just like...
Thank you, Simon.
Ugh.
Woo.
It just feels like your spleen is constantly ready to, like, prepare for an accident, because I don't feel like this thing's gonna stop in time.
Here is something someone just asked. How is your car?
My car, we think it might be the 12-volt battery. I mean, I spoke to the dealership and they were like, yeah, that could be it. But honestly, there's a Leaf parked there. That would be funny if it was my wife's Leaf, because I know she sometimes comes here for lunch. Even though she's in town. Although she had to drop me off at the dealership this morning, and her range is not going to be great. But we don't know yet. If you combine the fact that the car apparently started moving on its own in the car wash the other day, I don't think I put it into gear. And maybe I did knock it into gear where I was like reaching over for something, but I think I would have known if I'd have done that.
Did it get much damage when it did that?
No, it just damaged the bumper.
Okay.
Again, and I don't think that is caused, I don't think the issue that we had was caused by that either. But I mean, we'll see. I mean, in terms of what damage has been done to the car and what's wrong with the car right now, I don't know. Oh shoot! I just tried to do a U-turn.
Oh, you're not in the Bolt, Nikki.
I'm not in the Bolt. Oh jeez, Louise. just got.
You can take the curb. You can take the curb. I mean, that is a benefit of having this thing, is you can mow over.
That was really embarrassing.
It's okay.
I mean, that's. The turning
the
circle
difference.
on this.
Yeah.
And I'm a car person. I mean, I want to be clear. I love cars. I'll drive anything, even if it's got an engine. Even if it's got an engine, I'll drive it. But this thing is embarrassingly large.
Here come the popo after Nikki. One of those there was one spot that you could have parked in, I think.
One says customers only.
Yeah.
Oh, they're going. Yay! They're going in their massive SUV.
So we can
put my even bigger pickup truck there.
I mean, this explains why. I mean, I remember going to certain parking lots and just being flabbergasted by the size of the parking spaces, and I guess that makes sense now. But say one more time what truck we're driving.
This is a Silverado. I think it's a Silverado 15.
Is it diesel?
No, it is petrol.
Okay.
At least I don't think it's diesel. I mean, that BMW, right? That is, what was that, an X5? Is struggling to get in and out of that. Oh, it's an X. Oh, geez, Louise, it's an X3. That's even worse. Let's find out how much this actually pokes out when we park it up.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
So how do we do that? We go up into that's park. That's reverse.
Huh.
I find it kind of funny.
Oh, so that's.
Look how far off we are. Oh no! Stop! Stop vibrating my bottom.
Don't say that.
This pickup has a function. I'm gonna call it a function. If you get too close to the car in front or the car behind you when you're reversing, it vibrates your bum, which is a very unpleasant, unexpected thing to have happen.
So kind of like a video game controller or something like
stop
that.
It! There must be a button for that. There has to be a button to stop that. This isn't even
no
like
beeps.
3-point turn. This is like a.
It's a weird butt vibrator, which does not sound good.
Great.
Does not sound good.
Muscle arms by the end of this, even though this has got, you know. I mean, I'm being a bit like I'm playing it up a little bit. Stop it. That is not cool, car. All right. So if we do this. No, I don't like that.
Was that it?
Can you feel it? Can you hear it?
I heard it.
These people are trying to get around.
Oh, jeez. Oh, this is great.
Any other questions?
What is?
Please say, because we're like captive audience here. I'm stuck out further than that Ford Transit, and the Ford Transit is a big vehicle.
What are they waiting for us? They might be waiting for us to back up more. I mean, we don't have.
I'm putting it in park because if they hit me.
Oh, okay. There was someone that said it's for deaf drivers who can't hear the beeps.
Okay, that's cool. I had my late sister was deaf, so that is smart, but it was unexpected. Let's put it like that.
Another question we got is, can it play Cuphead?
I don't know. Oh, because of Tesla?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, no, it can't. So, I really should have bought a Tesla. You're not going to hear me say that very often. But there we go. So in terms of the server update, where we're at with the server, we've got some issues with the SMB shares. Samba is being a pain in the butt, and we will fix that when we know what the problem is. We're reinstalling all our system server. Thank you for everyone who's stopped and helped us in the last couple of weeks, and with you know, positive messages and all of that. We are growing. We're going through some growing pains at the moment. Erin's been busy this morning pricing up everything for LA, and there are zeros in the costings for LA, so that's going to be fun. Anyway, like, comment and subscribe. Don't forget to bash the notification bell. Subscribe to this channel if you're not already subscribed, and share this video so everyone knows what's going on. This is kind of a behind the scenes video.
Oh, really quick, someone asked if we're gonna attend Fully Charged Live in Texas.
We are, but again, it all depends on where we're at in terms of finances and stuff. Doing shows, traveling, let's turn the car off.
Yeah, that's a...
Turn the car off. Doing shows like this costs a lot of money. So going to Fully Charged Live in the UK cost us thousands, and going to Fully Charged Live in America is going to cost us thousands. In terms of time, in terms of accommodation, and a couple of other things. We've had one viewer very kindly offer to put us up. I'm not entirely sure if they're going to be able to put the entire team up because there's a lot of us. But if you want to see us do more events, then support us on Patreon, send us a Ko-fi, buy some swag from our store. I know I say that and I'm probably sounding like a broken record, but it makes a really big difference to us. The more people who support us on a regular basis, the easier it is for us as a business to grow. And yeah, I know I joked about I bought a new pickup, but no, this is not my pickup if you're joining the stream. This is the courtesy car that we're borrowing while we have the Volt repaired. And we are very lean in our operations, so we're at a point where we're pretty close to being able to get somebody else in. But any support you can give would be greatly appreciated. Okay, would you like some lunch, Erin?
I would.
Let's go and get some handmade
Sandwiches.
and I'm gonna break my no carb thing so I can take you out for lunch.
All right.
And no carbs really works. I've lost 13 pounds, so go me.
Woohoo!
See you soon.
Right.
Take care. Bye.